Are you serious? Are you serious? We are very serious. We have an active shooting situation going on right now in Philadelphia. Very, very, very dangerous situation. Something right out of a scene that, like Training Day or something, okay? Some kind of a movie where it's just unbelievable. Now, here's the situation. 4 police officers have been shot. This is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 4, I repeat, 4 police officers have been shot. 1 has been shot in the heart. 1 has been shot in the head. 1 has been shot in a hand, and another one has been shot. I don't know exactly his condition. The suspects, there's still one man in the bottom floor. It's a 3-level home. There's a cop on the top, a narcotics undercover agent who has 2 suspects handcuffed, and he has them under control, and he's on the top floor, but he can't come down because on the second floor there's another cop who has another suspect handcuffed and down, but he can't come down because on the bottom floor is a suspect who has apparently an AK-47 or he's got a lot of ammunition, and he is shooting through the floor trying to hit the police officers who are up above him who have the other suspects handcuffed and in custody. Now, meanwhile, he's been shooting out the window, hitting the cops on the street, of which 4 of them have been shot. So there's 3 suspects in custody, but I'm not so sure if the 3 in custody are have already been left the building, or are we talking about the 2 on the top floor and the 1 in the bathroom that's still handcuffed, being held by these 2 DEA agents or undercover narcotic agents there in Philadelphia? I don't know the answer to that. If the 3 that we say are in custody, are you meaning in custody in the building? So again, for those of you who are joining me, here's a very strange, very serious situation. I need prayer right now for these 4 Philadelphia police officers have been shot. I repeat, 4 Philadelphia police officers have been shot and are 1 in the head, 1 in the heart, 1 in the hand, and another police officer, I'm not sure where he was hit. They're all alive from what I understand, but in the house, there's a guy loose with apparently a lot of ammunition who's been shooting rounds everywhere. Well, he's also been shooting up through the ceiling, up into the next floor, because up above him is a police officer, an undercover narcotics officer, who has 2 suspects handcuffed and down. But he can't come down because the guy in the bottom is shooting at him. There's another police officer in the bathroom, has a 3rd suspect handcuffed and down, but he can't come out either because of the guy loose on the bottom shooting up through the ceiling. So, very insane situation here. Are you serious? Are you seriously serious? And it's an active situation. It's going on as we speak in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I've got some more information, and that info was coming to me from word on the street. I'm just getting... Let me tell you what else. Philadelphia police are shot. They've been hit, and 4 of them have been hit in a North Philadelphia neighborhood. A large police presence is there, folks, responding to this shooting incident in a residential area of there in Nicetown section of the city. Officers took cover behind squad cars, blocked off surrounding streets as they were fired upon by this unidentified shooter on the bottom floor of this home. Philadelphia Police Department spokesperson told NBC News that several officers had been hit. Well, we now know that's 4, and described them in a very active and ongoing situation here. 2 officers are above the suspect in the same building. 1 has 2 men down and handcuffed, but he can't come down out of that floor because above him is the shooter. And at the same time, while that's going on, he can't. There's another police officer undercover who's got another suspect handcuffed and down in the bathroom. He can't come down either because the one guy that's left is shooting rounds through the ceiling up at them and shooting out the window, picking off 4 police officers. This thing is very dangerous now, okay? We're talking extremely dangerous situation going on right now in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A very active, very dangerous, very bloody situation. It's unclear to how many more people may get hurt before this is over. Or there's a nearby campus for Temple University's Health Science Center is under lockdown as this situation continues to unfold. Also, the SEPTA, the city's public transit provider, reported it will temporarily bypass Erie Station, where the shooting situation's involving, and stay away from there, which is only a few blocks away from the site of the shooting. They're not even going to go close to there. They're going to stay away from that area. We have a situation developing here of a very dangerous situation, and we need to pray like we've never prayed before. We are dealing with some individuals now that have absolutely gone off the chain in this shooting. Billy Night Train is just now breaking in the chat room. Thank you, Billy. Says, Pastor, there's now 6 officers shot by this active shooter situation in Philadelphia, as shots continue to be fired as we speak. So according to Billy Night Train, there's now been 6 police officers have been shot. 6 officers shot. One officer in a upstairs has 2 suspects handcuffed and down, but can't bring them out of the building because a man is in the bottom floor who's been shooting out the window and has shot apparently 6 police officers. Also turns the gun, shoots it through the ceiling. So the undercover cop who's got 2 men handcuffed up at the top can't come down. Another police officer undercover has another suspect handcuffed in a bathroom. He can't come down either because of the guy on the bottom who is shooting rounds through the ceiling. And at the same time, he's turning around and shooting outside the windows and has hit 6 police officers. Are you serious? Are you serious? What in the world is going on in Philadelphia tonight? And so we thought we would break in live with this because this is a dangerous situation. This is insane. This is serious. But while this is going on, you got the China situation. Which is unfolding, where they're about ready to roll in with the tanks and the armored vehicles. And did you know there's 80,000 Americans that live in Hong Kong, and 1,000 American companies are there? 80,000 Americans live in Hong Kong, and China's about ready to roll in there like it's Tiananmen Square. While that's going on, Israel continues to be in a situation as enemies continue to surround them. As Russia today allowing Syrians and allowing Hezbollah terrorist groups and Iranian soldiers to camp along the border of the Golan Heights with Israel. It's the Russians that cleared the way to give them the safe passage. And they admit they did. And so now this whole situation is getting worse. We have 6 police officers have been shot. I repeat, 6 police officers have been shot in Philadelphia. One police officer has 2 men. One undercover narcotics officer has 2 suspects handcuffed and down on the floor, up on the top floor of this building, but he can't come down because of a shooter on the bottom floor firing rounds through the ceiling. You have another undercover police officer that's got a 3rd suspect handcuffed and down in the bathroom. He can't come out either because of the gunman who's shooting through the ceiling. The gunman is not only shooting through the ceiling, but he's also shooting out the window where he has wounded 6 police officers there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is a drug bust that has went completely sideways. This is a situation that has went completely off the rails. They've come off the chain. And it's an insanity. It's a dangerous, it's a lethal situation unfolding in Philadelphia. There's crime, there's carnage, there's bloodshed, there's criminals, there's wounded, There's people shot in the head, shot in the heart. There's folks that are crying. There's citizens. The train station is shut down. The kids are running down the streets. It's an incredible situation in a neighborhood. It's lawlessness. Thank you, Diane. It is absolute lawlessness. But this is being encouraged. This is being promoted. This is being pushed upon the American people by so many factions and so many different groups that are making us seem as if this is the way. But this should not be the way. I want to welcome all 1,000 people joining me right now live for this situation. We need somebody to do some praying. I'm praying for all the wounded officers, 6 wounded officers. It was a drug bust that has gone completely bust. It is, but although these narcotic officers actually have 3 suspects handcuffed above them, but can't come down. Got one guy on the bottom. He's absolutely insane. It's just unbelievable. The shooting, the guns, the bullets are flying. The kids are crying. People are running down the streets. It's pandemonium. It's insanity. Let me tell you what else is going on right now on this situation. Let's get a quick update, because it seems as if what we're witnessing here is a scene unfolding in real time and in still daylight. The sun will be starting to set soon in the East Coast, but these police officers have been shot. They have been wounded. They have been hurt. They are still in a very vulnerable situation. The neighborhood has got to be alerted, and people are still very upset. I'm going to check another location here. Hang on one moment. Brock just came down a few minutes ago. He had gotten some information about what's happening here in this Philadelphia shooting, but this is a madness. It's mayhem. It's murderous. It's meanness. And it seems like what we're dealing with is something that has, whoever thought we would continue to see these kinds of crazy situations developing, up to the minute situations right here, right now. Let's find out what we got right now. Hang on one second. Suspect is still firing at officers. It's an ongoing shooting situation, and it's not getting any better right now. I think that what we're dealing with is very ugly, very wicked, and the police are trying to surround the location. They're going to have to try to figure out a way to get in there and get to these guys through, I'm sure, using snipers. They got to figure out a way to get in there and get a clear shot at this guy. They're going to have to surround this building with snipers. Maybe they're going to have to try to rush the place. I don't think they would want to do that. But it's a SWAT teams. People are being assembled. This is like a war zone. And the suspect has barricaded himself inside a building on 15th Street. 6, according to the Begley Night Train, his reports are 6 police officers have been shot. And at least 1 gunman has also been hit, according to authority. The gunman is still shooting out the windows at the police. The police cars have been seen speeding toward the scene in North Philadelphia. They've completely surrounded the area. 1 narcotics police officer has 2 suspects handcuffed and down, but he's on the top floor and he can't get down because of the guy on the bottom who keeps shooting bullets up through the ceiling. And then there's a 2nd police officer undercover who's got a 3rd suspect handcuffed, got him down inside the bathroom, but he too can't come down due to the guy on the bottom floor shooting up through the ceiling to try to kill them while shooting out the window trying to kill the police officers in the street, of which he apparently has hit 6. We have reports he hit 4. We have reports now that he has hit 6. One woman has said she heard over 100 gunshots. She saw people running for their lives. Kids were screaming. Kids were crying. I heard so many gunshots, I'm scared to death, she said. Agents from the ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, they're here. ATF is here. We also know that the CIA is here. The FBI is here. SWAT tactical teams are on the scene. The Sheriff Department's here. The Philadelphia Police Department's here. The crime, the DEA is here. Everybody's in on the scene, and we're going to try to keep a close eye on what's going on. It's a very, very precarious. It's still an active situation. We don't know what's going to happen next. We're praying for these people. We know that the police are doing everything they can do. I don't know how much ammunition this one guy's got left, But shots just fired out again just here in the last couple minutes. He's still in there. He's still shooting. He's still opening up on people. It's a drug deal gone completely bad. It's went sideways. It's come unhinged. It's come unglued. They've come listen, this thing is completely off the chain. Everything has completely come down. It is an absolute lethal situation now. And we're praying for all the wounded police officers. We're praying for them, their families, and for this community. Again, I still have 4 police officers shot, but Billy Night Train just came on here a few minutes ago in the chat room saying that the word on the street was that 6 officers have been hit. I can't confirm that yet, other than Billy Night Train, which is a very, 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 very reliable source, and he does a good job trying to find out what's exactly going on. Now, we're going to be back later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live. We're going to be talking about the 5 waves of energy. We're going to talk about the little green file, the NASA file with Rex Bear. NASA, apparently, something that Rex Bear who broadcasted on YouTube, something he said, information he got, was noticed by the NASA scientists, and they recorded it on the little green file. We're going to be talking to Rex Bear about that to try to get an understanding of just what this means as it relates to Planet X, Nibiru, planet number 9. What's coming? How soon? What about the Jupiter collision? What else is coming? What is Nibiru, Planet X? What is this going to mean as we are looking to in these last days? And certainly the crime, the violence, the madness is certainly taking place right before our very eyes. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We'll be live again at 10 p.m. Eastern. We will probably come on early. I think we will come on early. So be ready. It could be 9:45. Be ready. Be on time. And be prepared. Jesus is coming soon. We're living in the absolute last days.